Hit it! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, who just figured out for the first time this week what Wordle is. And we are joined, as always, by our amazing co-host, who is apparently now famous or something. It's Noah!
Thank you. So happy you could have me here.
Yes, so happy to. Our special guest this week our most famous special guest is Noah now.
No, that's not true. We had Bella.
Bella's pretty famous. She knows Willem Dafoe.
Wait, what?
I think it was a joke. I don't think she actually knows Willem Dafoe.
Man, don't tell Michael. Michael will hunt her down for information.
It would probably be more fruitful to hunt down Willem Dafoe. I mean,
yeah, that's probably a good point.
If he wants Willem Dafoe information, just hunt down Willem Dafoe. Thank you all so much for listening. You can listen to us anywhere podcasts are available, including our website, noodlespodcast.com.
When it works, noodlespodcast.com.
When it works. Or anywhere podcasts are available, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor, Spotify, and coming to you live this week from Daniel's office.
Daniel, friend of the show, we're in your office. We're all cozied up.
We broke
together.
in. Don't say cozy up. We broke in. You have a nice Brother printer. I don't know why I thought that would be a good way to. I hope
that's how you prove it. When they hold up today's newspaper
exactly
to prove, hey, this hostage tape had happened today.
Yeah. I hope he's sitting right where you're sitting now, Noah, when he listens to this.
When he listens to it,
and he just looks around. He's like, "Oh no."
All right, Daniel, if you're listening to this in the chair that I'm sitting in right now, I have taken a knife and I have carved my initials.
I thought you were going to say you taped a $10 bill to the bottom of it.
That's a good idea. Oh, I don't have my wallet. I would totally have done that, but
do I have any money in my wallet? I doubt it. You can just have my debit card.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody would like Ben's debit card, it's at Daniel's house.
He can have a business card for a photographer. Oh, wait. No. I'll give him this. Free admission to Glow Golf.
Free admission to Glow Golf. All right. So for all of our listeners or for the one lucky listener that happens to be listening to this podcast when you're sitting in Daniel's chair, you can find this free ticket to Glow Golf cleverly.
That's too obvious.
That's way too obvious.
Capoed. He has a clear desk and knows I'll put it on the bottom of the desk and you can see through the desk.
I was trying to use a capo to secure it. It's underneath the audio interface.
Okay, it's underneath your foresight.
Perfect. Secret. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Let's talk more about Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, let's. Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home? I hope you have.
I have indeed.
I know you have.
I've seen it twice now.
Oh, I've seen it twice now too.
I saw a tweet that said something like every single line of Willem Dafoe's is just pure poetry. And I totally agree.
It's the thing I love is when I may have already talked about this, but when they asked Willem Dafoe to come back, he said he would come back on one condition, and it was that he had to do all of his own action sequences and stunts and stuff.
Really? So that's really him flying around on that little
Well, not flying. That was
hoverboard.
That's probably CGI. But all the fight scenes with Tom Holland and various other characters, that's actually Willem Dafoe.
Really?
Getting punched in the face.
Really?
And maniacally laughing through it.
Wow. Man, he's just a cool guy. He's been in a lot of stuff that I've watched recently, and I feel like I've never fully appreciated how cool Willem Dafoe is.
And what's interesting is Dr. Otto Octavius, whose name the actor's
Doc for short.
Doc Ock for short.
Or Doc. Doc is shorter.
Who's the actor who plays him?
Alfred
Molina. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot that. His requirements for coming back were basically the opposite. He's like, I'm not doing all that stuff.
Well, yeah, his movie was 20 years ago or something, right?
Willem Dafoe's was before that.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, Willem's showing him up. This is why we stan Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I like Alfred Molina too.
Actually, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
They were both
in real life
great in the movie, and I hope you've seen it.
I think the arms are not real. I think that was prosthetics or CGI.
You say that.
where is this going to go?
In the original one, or the second Spider-Man 2, they were they weren't neurally attached to him, but they were all fully mechanical legs that they puppeted around.
Really?
Yes.
I do have an appreciation for movies before like 10 or 15 years ago when they had to do a lot more stuff practically.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's just so much more creativity in that than like I really think it's cool what we can do now with CG and especially with the volume that Disney uses now to shoot like the Mandalorian and stuff. Where it's just like
that's cool because that's
giant stadium green screen.
Well, it's not
Or
even,
not a green screen.
It's not even green screen. It's using a
projection.
What engine is it using?
Unity.
No, it's not Unity.
I think it's Unity.
It's Unreal. It's an Unreal engine.
Is it Unreal?
It's Unreal. At least I think it's Unreal. Watch, I'm gonna be wrong. It's Unity.
Oh wait, this is a video game. What game engine? Unreal.
Ben knew something.
Score 1 for Ben.
Score 1 for
score
Ben.
20 for Ben.
It's an Unreal engine, but that's so cool because they're just on a soundstage that's basically 360 screens, and then the camera is mapped into the scene. So when they move the camera around, the scene around them moves in like the proper parallax sort of deal. So there's not really any green screening that goes on.
Yeah, if listeners, if you don't know what we're talking about and haven't seen it, like just stop this podcast. Go look up the volume, The Mandalorian behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy. It's so cool.
Yeah. And apparently it actually used Mark Hamill. Oh, that was a spoiler. If you haven't seen it yet. Mark Hamill was apparently the one who actually filmed that part at the end. Where Luke Skywalker comes back.
You mean the part that Mark Hamill is in?
In The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to what? It not being Mark Hamill? Or
Well,
what?
it's
I'm
CG.
confused what the
It's like
alternative is.
de-aging CG technology.
Oh, okay.
But everyone's like, is it a deep fake? Or did they just map his face and stuff? And like, no, it was actually Mark Hamill.
I see what you're saying.
Well, at least he was there. I don't know if it's actually him.
He
Anyway,
was on set. He was in his trailer, but
yeah, he never left the trailer.
he was there.
Well, we have talked about other stuff for quite a while now, but I want to talk about Wordle, a game that me and the rest of the world discovered this past week.
So yeah, Wordle. I feel like it's mostly a Twitter thing. I don't know. You're on Facebook. Are people?
I've
sharing it
deleted
on
my
Facebook?
Facebook. Well, I deleted the app off my phone. I go on it now, but the only app I currently have on my phone is Twitter. So
Sweet. Yeah, I feel like it's mostly a Twitter thing, but it's a simple word game. If you've ever seen the game show Lingo, it's exactly that. If you've ever played Mastermind, especially the word version of Mastermind that uses letters instead of colors, it's the same thing as that. Ben's just shaking his head like,
never
no.
done any of these things.
We know I'm a game show expert. I love game shows.
Yes.
So yeah, one that I used to really like was Lingo, which is the same thing, and you have either 5 or 6 chances on that show. I can't remember. On Wordle, you have 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word.
Yes.
And on each guess, it tells you for each letter if the letter is in the correct place or it's a letter that's in the word, but it's not in the correct place. And it colors them accordingly. So you have to use this and kind of use logic and your brain to figure out what the word is. And you have to figure it out in 6 guesses to win. It's gone crazy on Twitter and stuff like that. And it was just made by this one guy. I think he made it for his girlfriend or his wife or something like that.
She better be his wife now. I mean, that's quite a commitment to make an entire word-based game.
That's true.
Because, I mean, the world better hope that it's his wife, because if it's just his girlfriend and she breaks up with him, probably just going to delete
He'll take it down.
He'll just take down the whole game.
That would actually, it'd be like Flappy Bird. This is basically the 2022 version of Flappy Bird.
That's shockingly accurate. It's a slightly more intelligent game than Flappy Bird is.
And less frustrating.
Much less frustrating. Well, no, it's not.
Well, it depends. Yeah.
When you know 5-letter words, it's not frustrating. But if you're like me and you know 3 to 4-letter words,
Ben only knows 4-letter words.
I only know 4-letter words that I can add the S at the end to make it plural.
Just a legitimate strategy.
Yeah. That's what I do in Scrabble. I just play a word. I'm like, can I put an S on this?
So it's been interesting to watch, like, as it's taken off, because he's even said like for the first 200 days he had this up, or 180 or something like that, about 90 people played it.
Yeah.
And then people just started sharing it, and more people saw it and got interested. And I think kind of the main draw of it is that you only can play one word a day.
Mm-hmm.
So every day, everyone gets the same word.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like work together to guess it, or have conversations about like, oh, the word today was what's the 5-letter word? World.
Words.
Turds. Yeah, the word today was turds. And you can talk about how you like solved it differently, or what words you guessed and how you figured it out. So it's kind of like this community thing that people are enjoying playing together.
So my good intrepid friend Noah decided he would take away that aspect
I would take away the main draw. So yeah, basically I had a slow day at work this week. And I like thought it was cool that it was just one guy that made this. It's a pretty simple little application. So I thought like, oh, I should try and rebuild it just for fun. And it'd be a good test of my coding abilities, and really had no plans to do anything with it. So I spent like a few hours and rebuilt it using my own code and kind of my own tools, and put it together. And then, okay, so this is interesting. And maybe this is a spoiler for some people, but all of the answers to the next 2,000 days of Wordle are predetermined, and they're also in plain text in the code where anybody can access.
Yes.
If you have access to a browser, like with an inspector, which most browsers do.
Yep. Just right click and then
can,
or Control-Shift-C.
Yeah. You can see all of the answers for the following days and the previous days. So I didn't want to do the future days because I thought that'd be kind of mean.
That'd be cheating.
But I know there are a lot of people that want to go back and play the previous days, because most people started around like day 200 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I just copied the answer list for the first 200 days and set it up on my app where you can go play through old days. And it keeps track of your progress on each day, and you have a little progress bar at the top so you can see how close you are to doing all the words and getting completely caught up. Stuff like that, which is kind of fun. So yeah, anyway, I posted it. I posted it on Reddit, which I have posted on Reddit one other time, and it was to share a YouTube video that I thought that I had made and I was really proud of, and it got like 10 views.
Yeah.
So I posted this on Reddit, and like immediately, it felt like as soon as I'd hit the send button, I had like 10 people on the site, which is crazy because it was only me on the site, and I knew it, like those were legitimate people on the site, and it just kind of has been snowballing from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's gotten a lot of traffic. And
yes.
It's continued to grow the last few days. I was joking that the very first website I ever built was like a movie news website.
Yeah.
And I poured hundreds of hours into that website. Hundreds. And like over the course of like 6 years, it got a fair amount of views.
Yeah.
But in the 3 days I've had this, it's gotten more views than my six years and hundreds of hours of work.
Yeah.
On that other website. So, yeah. So anyway, I do want to credit the original person, because obviously, I'm just kind of doing a small takeoff what he's already built, and like what he built is really cool. So I want to credit powerlanguage.co.uk/Wordle. So it was made by Josh Wardle, not Wordle, but Wardle.
Wordle. Wardle.
Wardle? You
have to say it with a British accent.
Waddle. Wordle. I don't do British. So yeah, go check out his original because it's really cool. But yeah, so I keep like exceeding my hosting.
It hit 500.
500.
We have the little tracker thing pulled up just so we know if it ever hits 500 people currently on the website playing the game, and it just hit 500 for the first time.
Heck yeah, man. That's exciting. Oh yeah. So I upgraded my server 2 days ago to like the max that my hosting company would allow. And it exceeded that in like a few hours. And people were like texting me like, hey, it's broken. Like it's crashing on my thing. Special shout out to Chivalry Bean in our Discord who
Let's go, Shiv.
kept informing me that it was broken. Thanks for that. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I did. I actually did. But yeah, I ended up last night I got home at like 10 o'clock and I was like, I'll just set up like a dedicated server real quick. I've never done this before, but it can't be that hard, right?
No, yeah.
So I went to bed at 5 a.m. this morning, and then the cat woke me up at 7:30 because I'm house sitting, and there's a cat. So not running on a lot of sleep, but it's been a roller coaster. I feel like it's changed me. I feel like I don't know.
It's changed you. You're a celebrity now. He made me bring him coffee, buy him lunch.
It's like, look, man, you got to fit into my schedule.
Yeah, I'm paying him actually to be here. I
actually have not had lunch yet.
Why have you not had lunch?
And it's 1:30. I need to do that. Anyway, I need to take care of myself.
Yes, you do.
Is what I think.
Moral of the story is that Maslow's hierarchy of needs have gone out the window.
Yes. It's all about watching
and
the
it's
Google
all
Analytics
Wordle.
now. It's all Wordle now.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Maslow.
I can't remember.
I confused Maslow and Pavlov.
Pavlov's hierarchy of needs.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Most important thing is to ring that bell.
Oh yeah. Ding
Ding
ding.
ding. I have had some people like try to chase the clout and like take advantage of me because I have this new clout.
Oh yeah.
Ben texted me yesterday. He's like,
hey man.
What did you say, Ben?
I was just like, no, you said it first. You said that you were gonna put a link to Noodles at Noon.
Oh yeah,
on
you're right.
First.
I did.
And then I kind of joked about it, and then he kind of did it.
I did. Yeah, if you go to like the settings page, I put it in like kind of an
He hit it
out of the way spot, but I just
I was thinking like a big old banner ad. Like every time you type a letter, it's just like Noodles at Noon, and then you exit out.
You accidentally tap it. It like pops up, and as you're trying to tap the next letter, it takes you to the website and starts playing this podcast.
Exactly at this moment right now.
Came to the wrong.
Came to the wrong place. But since he did put it on the website, albeit in a hidden place, if you're from Noah's Wordle page, hello.
Yeah, if anybody clicked on that, happened to listen to a podcast, and made it this far, please let us know. We have a speak pipe and a contact form on our website.
Yeah.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
I would be shocked if anybody did, but if anybody did, thank you.
Yeah.
You just made our day.
You made my day.
You made Ben's day.
Yeah. I don't have anything interesting to share.
You spent like okay, so I spent all day working on like dedicated servers. You spent all day at the DMV.
Well, not necessarily DMV. I spent all day sitting in my car. Up until this point where now I'm sitting in Daniel's office. But so last week I went to go, did I talk about this last week? But I went to go get my car registered and it was snowing outside. Okay, so I went to go get my car registered. It was snowing outside. And since the car is originally from New Jersey, I have to get a VIN verification to now get it titled in Alaska. And I didn't realize this, so I got the smog check, which I could have gotten the VIN verification when I got the smog check, but I didn't. So when I went to the registration, or went to the titling office to get it all registered, and the lady was like, well, you need a VIN verification to title it. And then it happened to be snowing that day because it snows here in Alaska. And she looked outside and she said, I could go do it, but I'm not going to go outside. So go get a VIN verification done and come back. But you'll have to schedule an appointment to come back. And yes. So it was just like,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to go.
Service.
Yes. Service with a smile. She was actually very nice. I don't blame her. It was snowing.
Oh.
But so I've been kind of putting it off, and then the 2-week temporary plate that I have is going to expire on Wednesday. So today I was like, I should just go get my VIN verification done. And also the type of car I bought, Mazda 3 from 2013, has a issue with like the like it's a common issue and it's an easy fix. But like when you hit the brakes, like the headlights kind of flash, and it's kind of weird, kind of annoying.
Okay.
It's not like a problem. It's just sort of like a thing that happens. It's a bug, and Mazda has since learned how to fix the bug. So you just take it to a Mazda dealership and they'll fix it for you, and it's super easy. So today I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the Mazda dealership, which is a bit of a drive, and then I'm going to get the VIN verification, and I'm also going to get that fixed. I'm going to do it all in one fell swoop, and it's going to be good because you can get a VIN verification at a dealership. So I did that, drove up to the dealership, and on the website it said that their service station was open until 3 p.m. I got there, and I said, hi, I need to get a VIN verification. They said, our service station's closed today. I said, well, the website said it was open till 3, and they said, yeah, we should probably fix that. Yes, you should.
Which is what I say whenever somebody like Chivalry Bean brings me a problem. Yeah, I should probably fix that.
I should probably fix that. So then I drove from there back to the city where I actually live, because there was a place for me to get the VIN verification done there. They couldn't fix the other issue, so I was like, fine, I'll go there. And they had like worker shortages, obviously. They had like 3 people working, so I had to wait in a really long line to tell them I need to get my VIN verification, and then they told me to go wait in another really long line since I needed my VIN verification. And all of this, I was just sitting in my car. It's funny because the smog check / VIN verification place is called Clean Air, but there's just like 20 cars in a line, all with their engine running, sitting and not moving. Like, welcome to the Clean Air place. We're just polluting the air.
We're just polluting the air.
So that's what I did today. It's not interesting.
Man, well, I admire you. The main
For
reason,
what?
the main reason that I still have my car that is very problematic is because I just hate going through the new car process. Of like, is that a privilege? That's probably a privilege thing now that I think about it. But like,
probably,
and not like a new car, but anytime you change cars, you have to like,
it is
get
not
it
fun.
Licensed and get emissions tests,
Pay the sales tax,
right? All the things.
Oh, here's something I can be upset about. I'm compiling a list of things where it's just like, it's 2022, we should stop doing these things. One of the things on the list is convenience fees. It's not a convenience fee to pay with a debit, or it's not a convenience to pay with a debit card or pay for something online. It's just what we do. So I went and paid my sales tax at the licensing office for my new car, and I pulled out my debit card, and the lady was like, oh, you're paying with a card? She said, I'll have to add the convenience fee for paying with a card. And it was an extra $8.
That's a convenience fee, all right.
And I'm like, it's not convenient. Like, it'd be more inconvenient. Oh, wait, and I guess that would be a convenience thing. But, like, I can't imagine anybody walks in there, and the sales tax was like over $500. I can't imagine anyone walks in there with like $500 and like, yeah, I brought cash to pay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's walking around with that much cash?
Nobody. And I'm like, it's 2022. Like, it's not convenience. It's that and shipping and handling. I understand shipping, but please don't handle my stuff. Like, just stop handling it.
Especially in the COVID era, it's just not.
Yeah, I don't
not
want someone that like was just walking around handling my package. Ship it, don't handle it.
All right, so Ben's list of things to do away with in 2022 are shipping and handling and processing fees.
Just handling. Convenience fees.
Mine is murder, but yours is good too.
Yeah. Well, we're making an act. We're trying to end murder. That's a thing that it's the society we're doing. Attempting to. We have laws.
Okay.
But we don't have laws against convenience fees. Because I hate when I go to buy like a ticket for, say, a baseball game. Because I love going to baseball games. Like, this ticket is $15. And I click on it. It's like $15 for convenience. I'm like, what's the convenience?
Not convenient. I saw.
What is the convenient part of this?
I saw a tweet a while ago. This guy was trying to buy concert tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And it had like a $15 service fee.
Yeah.
But then it also had a like donation fee. Like, you can donate to our concert fund. And so he put negative $15 in, and it worked. And it took it off.
That's amazing.
Canceled out the processing fee. So maybe don't try that. I'm not advocating that you try that, but
I think you should try it. Another is like when you get the convenience fee. I sometimes, when I'm buying something digital, like a digital ticket to a sporting event or a concert, it'll still give me the shipping and handling fee. It's an email.
They gotta ship it through the mail server.
No, they don't. It's automatedly set up.
Mail servers cost money. Emails cost money.
Not like $8.
Not $8 per email.
No, it's.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm like, what are you handling? There's nothing to handle. It's a bunch of code. I just don't get it.
Got to pay for the developer's time. He's probably making like $200 an hour.
Yeah. It's you, isn't it?
It's me. I am the reason the handling fees are happening.
Ah, dang it, Noah. It's because
Well-
they haven't been able to monetize your Wordle yet.
So speaking of like websites and monetization, do you ever, maybe it's just because I code, but I think we all do this. Like I Google a ton of questions, like trying to figure out how to do something, how to like set up a website, how to do a specific coding thing.
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever just get those sites that are very, very SEO heavy and they're the top search on Google, but the content is just like written by a robot?
Yes.
It's just terrible.
Yeah. That basically what I did at my last job.
Yeah, like sometimes Google tries to weed it out, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like especially lately, I've been getting just a ton of sites that are just totally auto-generated and they have a ton of content. And they have like 20 different ways to say the exact same thing, which Google really likes, but the content is just absolute garbage.
Insider information. You say it sounds like, or it reads like it was written by a robot. It probably was, because nowadays, because every once in a while at my old business, we use freelance writers to do stuff. Like, hey, could you write this blog? Could you do whatever? And for a while, we would use freelancers from, well, that's what, but like Fiverr, and we would get some of their content back, and they would use an AI software to just SEO generate, like, we need to talk about this, and put it in the AI software, and it would SEO generate like a little thing, and they would just send that to us, and then we would pay them for it, apparently. But
Man,
it is like AI is probably writing a lot of those
the world is scary.
SEO heavy sites. Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
not
want
good.
I want to read this one that I stumbled across this morning because it made me laugh out loud. So
That's LOL.
I was trying to figure out how to adjust the layout of my Wordle app on certain Android screen sizes, because the Android has like the buttons on the bottom, like the home and the back button, and it was like causing issues. So I Googled it, and I came across this page, and it had this long post of step-by-step instructions for all kinds of weird things.
Yeah.
The issue I wanted, but it quickly devolved into, well, I'll just read it. So there's a table of contents at the top to link to the relevant sections of the article. The first one is, how do I stop my nav bar from overlapping? Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Why is nav bar overlapping? Adjust question. Makes sense. Question 3. Where does your soul go until Judgment Day?
Wait. Click on it. I want to know.
Actually, this is a screenshot. I'll pull it up. But the next one is, where will I go after I die? What is it called when the soul leaves the body? What happens immediately after death? When someone is dying, what do they see?
What does it say?
Can the dead feel your love?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what's hilarious? You know how I was talking about that theology before we started recording? I was talking about a theology book I was reading. It basically addresses all of those questions.
Maybe this is the website for that book. I'll pull up the website. In a minute.
Maybe.
Okay. What happens to earlobes when dying?
Wait, we've gone a different direction.
When we sleep, do we die?
Sometimes. Only once.
Are dreams memories?
Oh, are they? Are dreams our memories?
Oh, I've definitely had some dreams that have never happened to anyone.
Yeah,
ever.
me too. I had a dream the other night that I was rollerblading down a mountain hill with Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger because we were running late for vacation Bible school that was being put on by Rhett and Link. I am 100% not joking.
How romantic, I guess.
No, it's not very romantic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's never happened. I would guess. A couple more. What happens if you don't sleep for 3 days?
Death.
I can pretty much
no
tell
is
you.
close to it.
I'm pretty close. Can you die of laughter?
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah, someone did.
Who?
I don't know. He's dead.
Have you seen the movie Seven? I feel like that happened in Seven.
No, I haven't.
Why does a dying person have their mouth open?
Because
Muscles, I guess.
muscles. That kind of reminds me, but it also doesn't really remind me of. Have you ever looked up a recipe on Google?
Yes.
So give me a food that you would like to cook.
Look up best cheese nachos.
Cheese nacho recipe. Because when you go to any website or recipe online,
They're so bad.
Easy
And
cheesy
so
recipes.
long.
Everyone loves a huge pile of tortilla chips topped with zesty beef and, of course, heaps of cheese. And in your favorite toppings, check out favorites below and serve with sour cream and salsa. Our fave baked nachos. We totally love our version of nachos.
Wait. Faith-based nachos?
Our fave baked
Oh.
nachos. I'm sorry. We totally love our version of nachos supreme because of all the meaty, cheesy, crunchy ingredients that restaurant nachos have, but easy to customize at home. Fresh out of the oven, our nacho recipe will be a family favorite all year round. So this one's actually not as bad because it at least talks about the recipe. But that was a good couple paragraphs before we get to the ingredients and variations. Chips. Use your favorite tortilla chips. But so this one's not as bad as some are. But if you look up some other recipes, let me try another one. It gives you a 5-page essay,
Right.
on why these nachos are amazing, where I was when I first tried these nachos.
Yeah, and it if you're just trying to find the recipe, it's like a treasure hunt.
Oh, here it is. Okay, this was the second one I clicked on. Simply recipes. You scroll down, so it's this is the best nachos. These are Tex-Mex, blah, 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 blah. And the second section is the history of nachos. I live 4.5 hours from the birthplace of nachos. Created Ignacio Nacho Ayana, I believe that's pronounced. I'm sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Created the binge-worthy dish for a group of U.S. Army wives in the border town of Piedras Negras, Mexico. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Just across the border from Eagle Pass, Texas. The women loved it. A nachos especiales turned into the nachos we know and love. So, I just want to know how to make nachos.
I don't care about the history
I don't want the background of nachos.
It's true. That's I've actually thought about this, is making a recipe website that is just the recipe and nothing else. Like a short description and the recipe. But the problem is, no one would ever find it.
Why? Because it's not SEO optimized.
Because if you search for it, it would never come up. Yeah.
Because you didn't say nachos 15 times in your history of nachos.
Maybe it's like a premium service. You charge for it. You pay $4 a month and you get access to all these recipes, ad-free, backstory-free.
Yeah. That would be good. We could create our own not restaurant, but our own recipe. But I'm not good at cooking things.
Well, let's see. I can contribute. I make a mean gyro. I make good donuts.
That's true. I want one day to click on a recipe and for it to get to the story, but it's I was really hungover one morning and I was I got some cold pizza in the fridge and some chicken wings, and then I just tossed some lettuce on it and put it in the microwave.
That's how buffalo chicken pizza salad was
buffalo
invented.
chicken pizza salad was invented. Because I grew up 4.5 hours away from the birthplace of nachos because nachos aren't born. But
I don't want the human interest. I want the truth.
I want the truth.
You were hungover.
Quit spinning this. Just tell me how to make nachos. Well, I have a game. Do we have time for a game?
Dude, we have so much time for a game.
We have so much time for a game. Good, because I created this game 4.5 hours from my birthplace. Just kidding.
Yeah, give me the whole background.
Give me the whole background of this game.
Where can I buy these ingredients? You have like Amazon affiliate links?
No, but I do have links to all the... No, I actually don't have links to all the articles that I'm about to talk about.
Oh.
I could get them pretty easily, though. Since we have broken into Daniel's house to record this podcast without his knowledge, I wanted to create a game that kind of commemorated that, and I've called it B&E Frenzy, and it's a game all about weird breaking and entering stories. This game, while it's not a Florida Man segment, I will say all of these happened in the states surrounding Florida. So one of them's from like North Carolina, one's from Louisiana, one's from,
Man, just to avoid that whole area, people.
Don't go to Florida. It's permeating out into the surrounding states.
It's spreading.
It's oozing.
Florida is oozing.
So even though this isn't a Florida Man game, it'll be played very similar to Florida Man. So Florida Man rules apply. I'll read out the story, and Noah will fill in the blank as to what he thinks goes in the blank. All of these have to do with breaking and entering. Starting with June 19th, 2014, disabled Indiana... Oh, I guess this one's from Indiana. Disabled Indiana woman on oxygen beats burglar with blank. Someone broke into this disabled Indiana woman's house, and she beat him with blank. What did she beat him with? There are two possible answers. I'll only accept one of them.
Two possible answers.
Yes. She actually beat him with two things, but I'm only looking for one of them.
Okay. So it could be like the trunk of a car or the boot of a car, depending on where.
No.
Okay. Well, we've had a few cases of battery and assault and battery on this Florida Man.
It's
show
not
before.
Florida Man.
It's not Florida Man.
This is B&E Frenzy.
We've had people throw pancakes, I believe. We've had people throw, I think, pancakes twice.
I think one of them was waffles.
Or eggs or waffles. Yeah, waffles.
I think one was a corn dog. One was definitely a corn dog.
You're right. Corn dog. Marco Rubio threw that football at that kid.
You're right in the kid's face.
I've never laughed harder. I think he broke in. She was sitting on her iPad, doing her Wordle for the day.
2014.
He ripped the iPad out of her claws, out of her clutches, whacked her upside the head, and took off. But this story has a happy ending because the iPad had Find My iPad on it.
She beat the burglar with something.
Well, that works even better. She beat the burglar with her iPad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood the story.
That's okay. Well, on June 19th, 2014, disabled Indiana woman on oxygen beats burglar with back scratcher. Patty Kearney and her husband were watching TV when they heard glass shatter in their back door. The intruder confronted the couple and demanded any guns that they have.
Oh.
I looked at him and said, "Do you have a gun?" Kearney said. He said, "No." And then I don't know what happened.
That's why I'm here.
That's why he was doing it. And she says, "I don't know what happened. I snapped. I don't think he expected an overweight woman on oxygen to attack him. I really don't." Well, no, I don't think anyone was expecting that.
Nobody expects.
Kearney attacked him with a wooden back scratcher and then picked up a wrench. That's why I said there was two answers, back scratcher or wrench.
Okay.
When he said, "I don't have a gun," I went like this, and bam, bam, she said, reenacting the incident and with the back scratcher. And then I bammed all the way back to where I saw the wrench, and I picked up the wrench with, which is this little baby. I'm guessing she held up the wrench at that point.
This is very unclear, yeah.
This is very unclear. And I went out the back door and I bammed him 4 times until he got right out the old back door and he ran out. They have multiple back doors on this property.
Wow.
So yeah, wooden back scratcher.
Man, I guess is it like one of those long sticks that you can do over your shoulder?
I have one, yeah.
I just don't think you could do a lot of damage with that.
Well, that's why she went for the wrench next.
That's true. It's an upgrade.
So yeah, you said iPad and it was a wooden wrench or a wooden back scratcher.
Wooden wrench.
Wooden wrench.
Ooh, that would be cool.
It wouldn't work. It would just break.
No, it's very tough wood. It's reinforced with metal. It's actually coated in metal.
It's a gold-plated wooden wrench.
No, because gold's too soft. It's just metal. It's like not aluminum, like cast iron. It's a wooden wrench.
Why would you just not have a cast iron wrench? Well, what's the point of cast iron plating your wooden wrench?
Cheaper to produce.
No, it's not. Anyway, April 2nd, 2011, burglary suspect leaves behind T-shirt printed with blank.
Angry Birds backpack.
That was Florida.
That was Florida. That was another podcast.
I will say this happened in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. I know a little bit about North Carolina. I almost moved there.
So close.
15 years ago.
I think I remember that.
I'm sorry. Can you read the question?
Yeah.
I was too focused on trying to develop an answer that I wasn't actively listening.
Paying attention to the question. April 2nd, 2011, burglary. Have you ever heard a Scottish person try to say the word burglar alarm?
No.
Look it up later. Burglary suspect leaves behind T-shirt printed with blank. What was printed on this burglary suspect's T-shirt that he left behind?
I don't want to say a real name, but
This was also in 2011.
Lifeway Reformed Christian Church Summer Camp 2016.
This is 2011. I just said this was 2011 right before you start saying that sentence.
I'm
Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
Lifeway
Bible Camp 2016.
Yeah, Lifeway Reformed Christian Church Bible Camp 2008. 2008.
2008. Okay. What Noah just said. 2008 T-shirt. Well, on April 2nd, 2011, burglary suspect leaves behind T-shirt printed with a photo of his own face and slogan, "Making money is my thing." Spelled that way. Detectives investigating the break-in at a home in Charlotte say the not-so-cunning thief had left behind a T-shirt printed with a photo of himself and the slogan, "Making money is my thing." It was later discovered that the photo on the T-shirt was actually the suspect's booking photo for another robbery he had committed.
So was this like his calling card? Was this intentional?
I don't think so.
Was this like he was robbing the
Why
place
did
and
he
he
have
took
it
his
with
shirt
him?
off?
Did he just have a duffel bag that had that shirt in it and it like ripped open?
Because I can see it like a calling card, like, you leave a playing card at the scene as your symbol.
Yeah, but that's clever and discreet.
But leaving
a T-shirt,
a custom printed shirt.
It's a custom ink T-shirt with his face on it that says "Making money is my thing," and his face it's a mugshot of a other robbery he committed. Which, if that's a calling card, it's like, "Hi, look, I failed before. I got caught."
That feels like a frame to me.
You think he was framed?
I think he was framed. I think we start our crime podcast that we've been wanting to start.
For a 2011 crime that's probably been solved?
It's like a cold case. No, it's like they think it's been solved. That's like the angle. It's like a cold case podcast, but for cases that they think have been solved.
What if I told you he pleaded guilty?
Was his family being threatened?
By someone who with a T-shirt press?
I'm just I would go to the local custom shirt printer, and I have been to some custom shirt printers in our area.
Oh?
And they are about the scariest places I've ever been.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. That's why I don't go to them. This next one, I was not able to access the actual news article for it because the newspaper website requires a subscription to access all paywall, which I do not support journalists. So
as a journalism
major, I'm not going to pay. I think I should be able to enter in my degree information and get it for free. Yeah. Actually, no. If you do want to get accurate information about your local happenings, subscribe to a newspaper. And don't watch CNN or Fox. In 2018, a woman returned to her home in Monroe, Louisiana, to find a stranger sitting in her bathtub and eating blank. What was the stranger sitting in her bathtub eating?
Man.
In 2018. Could be a 2018 food.
Eating her leftovers. He had nowhere to go. He just wandered into this house.
Went to the bathtub.
Was the bathtub full? Because this changes the answer.
I don't have any evidence to say that it is or isn't.
Yeah,
It might be in the article that I was not allowed to read.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say her leftovers. Like, I think you went to the fridge, grabbed that casserole that had been there for maybe a couple weeks at that point. Didn't even bother to microwave it because this is desperate times. And plus, you get the bathtub hot enough, you can float the casserole.
You're basically
pan.
just steaming it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like steaming the casserole. Oh, can I change my answer?
Sure.
Steamed vegetables in the bag.
Oh.
He went to the bathtub. He cranked that hot water as hard as it could possibly go.
Clever.
He put in one of those bags of like the frozen vegetables.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just eating
He
some like
peed in the tub.
He put his pee in the tub.
He peed in
his
the
mini
tub.
peas.
Well, I think I'd give you a half point if you stuck with your first answer.
Oh, you're kidding me.
But in 2019, a woman returned to her home in Monroe, Louisiana, to find a stranger in her bathtub eating Cheetos. He had just gotten a bag of Cheetos. However, the burglar had also arranged a full plate of food on the toilet lid next to her, which I'm assuming were leftovers?
I was about to say this is weird, but I have actually used the toilet lid as like a container for my
food. Please don't say food.
Food when I'm in the bath. Well, like
how often do you? I've never eaten food in the bath.
You've never eaten food in the bath.
No, I don't take baths. I'm a man.
I have rediscovered baths since having our own house because like now we're in charge of keeping it clean and also getting it dirty. Like we're responsible. How clean or dirty our tub is directly on me.
Yes.
Whereas before when I'm living with other people, like you can't really help it. Sometimes it's just going to get dirty. So I like shortly after we moved into this house, I was looking at this perfectly good tub and it was super, super clean, like spotless. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a bath.
Well, I don't think the issue with the cleanliness of taking a bath over a shower has to do with the other people who might take showers or baths in it. It's the filth that you bring into the bath and then sit with.
Well, okay. I think here's what I'm saying. And now I will admit this is pretty lazy, but I never felt compelled to clean a bathtub when there were other people I was living with.
Yeah.
Whether it was because I assumed they would do it or because
you were a teenager.
I didn't see the point when they were just going to filth it up again.
Uh-huh.
But now that I live with my wife, but we live on our own, like I am just more compelled to like bleach a tub every now and then. I don't know.
Maybe this will change should I ever live on my own. I've never felt compelled to bleach a tub. So I have bleached a tub. Never felt compelled to do it. Well, I was compelled to do it by my mom, but personally, I've never felt compelled to do it.
So here's what you need to do. You have a bathtub in your house.
Yeah.
You also live with your parents, so maybe do this when they're gone. But you get a little plate of some cheese and crackers. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Board? You want me to make a charcuterie board from a bath?
You get a charcuterie board. You get like an iPad or a computer or something that you can prop up some YouTube or something on the faucet, just precariously balanced above the bath. You put on your favorite show. You eat that charcuterie board. You're not a wine person.
No,
I don't really like it either. It's but nasty. If you're into that, it would probably be good. Maybe get a root beer and a charcuterie board.
I see people always talk about these things like, oh, it's so great. I'm a very self-aware person in instances like that where I'm just like, I'm just lying here naked. It's kind of weird.
Okay,
not gonna lie.
So you need bubble bath so you can't see your nakedness.
That's just
far?
That's just a sign of the fall, man. Who told you were naked? Like, okay, I understand that it can be a relaxing thing, but I just don't get relaxed by that sort of thing. I'd much rather fall asleep or watch YouTube in my bed where I'm comfortable and clothed,
but it's
and
not warm.
Covered by other stuff as well.
Yeah, I guess to each his own. I was not a bath person for many, many, many years, and then just recently I've discovered the joy. I've felt the love of the bathtub.
I will say, like, in one of the Bible study, or the Bible groups that I'm in for my church, we were like a little men's group, and we were talking about stuff, and one of the guys said, there's no better feeling than taking a warm shower and turning off all of the lights and drinking a cold beer, or in my case it would be some sort of soda, and just Noah just texted me something, I believe. I don't know what it says.
I'm texting you episode
It's
title
texting me
ideas
episode
as
title
we're going
ideas.
along.
What about the one that you sent above that, before the other one, where it's just Daniel's address?
We just post Daniel's address, and the first one to get that glow golf card.
Which I didn't need. I do remember how to get here because I've broken it before. But like this, you got to stand in the shower with all the lights off and drink a cold beer. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I
Why?
have done this also.
You've done.
And I agree.
Do you agree that it's fun?
Yeah, I agree. I don't remember what had happened, but I remember there was a day last year that I had just had like a really, really hard, long day.
You're like, Jesse, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna turn all the lights off. Don't mind this beer I'm taking with me.
So she was gone that day, but I
that's probably why.
left the beer bottle in the bathroom, and I think like the next day she was like, "So, did you do what I think you did?" Yes.
Were you drinking
Yes.
in the shower, Noah?
Anyway, just so people know that I'm not just this innocent homeschool boy. I'm a bad boy.
I'm a bad boy. I will say, so at the church that we both volunteer at with the worship thing, I was talking with the leader of it, Corbin, and he was kind of like, "Oh, it'd be great to have Noah come with us," because after the whole evening, the volunteers, the leaders, go to like a bar and just get food or drinks or whatever. And I know we go with him, and Corbin, the guy, was like, "It'd be great to have Noah come with us, but I don't know if he'd want to go to a bar." I'm like,
You don't know me.
You don't know Noah very well. That sounds like right up his alley.
I mean, for the record, I feel like I should just say I barely drink.
You're a raging drunk. He's drunk right now.
Yeah, I'm staying awake if I had had a drink, I would not have not slept for the last 72 hours.
This is just evidence that he's on cocaine or something. 522 people on your website right now.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Also, we're kind of rambling. This is why we shouldn't do the podcast in person, is because we just start doing this.
We just get off topic. We've had to make a lot more edit notes than we've had to make in previous weeks.
That's true.
Well, Ben, it's been fun. I really like recording in person.
I do too.
I also really like being in a house and not a townhouse, because I'm usually acutely aware of my neighbors on the other side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to bring it down a little bit.
I never consider my neighbors ever. Even when I lived in an apartment, I was like, I'm just gonna sing really loudly, because I had just bought a guitar, and I was like, I'm gonna play my guitar really loudly. I'm gonna sing really loudly.
I just know, like, I can hear my neighbors, and I'm just mortified that, and they have to wonder, like, why does he go into his room and yell very loudly for an hour, and then there's long pauses between, like, he's on the phone or something.
I wonder if they're able to tell when you're in the shower with the lights off, drinking the beer.
Like, see me slurping.
Yeah.
Beer cans clanking against the
There
ground.
goes Noah again.
Well, so I'm seeing a guitar here, and we're live. I feel like we should play the outro live.
Go ahead. I don't know how to play the guitar.
Can you play drums?
On what?
On the desk.
Do you know how to play the outro?
Nope, I'll figure it out.
How does it even go? It goes.
Ba-da-da.
Hit it.
Yeah, okay, we got this. So you start with the drums.
Oh, it goes. Bop boom, bop boom, baga-daga-daga. Hit it. Nailed it. Good job.
And we're all winners here.
And we're all winners here.